What's up guys, it's Ollie here, and today I'm bringing you a team deathmatch on Warhawk, which is a very nice open, fairly big map, and it's got a lot of open spaces in the middle, and lots of long lines of sight down the side of the map. So generally what I would suggest to use on this map is maybe a sniper or an assault rifle, or if you can rush and you like to rush, I would suggest a SMG. But I've gone for the marksman rifle, and I'm using the IA2, and this was my first game with the gun actually, and it was actually quite an enjoyable gun to use. Generally I don't use marksman rifles on this game, but I thought I haven't used one much lately, so I thought I'd switch it up and use one. So I hadn't used this weapon before, so I was using red dot sight because I didn't know what the iron sights were like. And then I was using extended mags because I didn't know what the clip size was like. And generally, now that I know the gun, I'm going to try it out with silencer. But I didn't want to try silencer out because I didn't want to find out that it wasn't a very powerful weapon and it was taking me 4 or 5 shots at long range to kill the enemy. And killing the enemy is what I'm going to be talking about today. And I'm going to be talking about how to put yourself in 50-50 gunfights and win them pretty much every time, and pretty much stop the 50-50 gunfights and put the gunfights in your favor. So what you'll see in this video are 3 things that I do, and these are the three biggest ways that you can help yourself and improve your game quite easily, I would say. One's quite difficult, which is the first one I'm going to talk about now, which is flanking them and coming around from behind. Now obviously if you're coming around behind, it's a lot easier for you to kill them because they're not looking at you and everything, and generally if you've come around behind, you can just wait for them to stop moving, then you've got a pretty easy kill. But if you do that, I would mainly recommend using a silencer on your weapon if you do that, and submachine guns, because generally when you're doing that in team deathmatch, because the spawns keep flipping, it's quite hard to keep up with them and keep flanking behind each spawn. So you want a submachine gun, so you can move around the map a lot faster and a lot more easily. And when you're coming up behind, you'll obviously be in their spawn, and you'll come into the odd person in a close range combat. So the submachine gun is just going to help you out there. The second way is using Stalker. If you don't want to use Stalker, that's fine. You can just strafe normally, but Stalker just sort of enhances that strafe. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And the third way is what I'm doing right now, which is putting yourself in a place where you'll probably be able to see the full enemy, like I can here. But if he looked across, he would only be able to see maybe the top of my head, shoulders, but I could see a lot more of him than he could see of me, so it's a lot easier for me to hit my shots. So I'll talk about the first way that I mentioned, which was flanking behind. Now, to do this, you generally want to be a fairly experienced COD player, or you at least understand team deathmatch and how the spawns work, or it doesn't have to be team deathmatch, it can be any type. Domination's a bit easier if you want to start out trying to do this. Because you always know if you've got 2 flags, they're going to be spawning at 1, so you can just sort of run around in their spawn and try not to flip them for your team. But in team deathmatch, because the spawns keep flipping, for a lot of people they find it hard to find out where the team is spawning. Now the easiest way to work out where they are spawning is looking at your minimap, and not looking at where they are if they're shooting, but looking at your teammates. So if your teammates are, like in this situation, they're all on that side of the map, and they're generally spawning now behind me, so I know that they're going to be probably down here and to the left, because I've got teammates on the right, and the teammates are spawning behind me and on the right. So they'll probably be spawning in front of me and on the left, which is what's happening there. So I took out a couple kills, and I'm well on my way and got the specialist bonus. Now, the other thing is strafing, which I just did there. Even though it was a small one, I sort of combined tip 2 and 3 together there. So strafing, you want to use Stalker. I would say I have Stalker on all my classes, even my Sniper class, because I just find it an essential perk if you want to try and win the 50-50 gunfights, which you can find yourself in. So what Stalker does, if you don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you will, is that when you aim down sights, it gives you the movement of if you weren't aiming down sights, but not if you were sprinting. So that means that if you're shooting someone, you can move side to side, pretty much full pace, and it's a lot harder for them to keep their aim on you if you're moving about in all different directions and everything. So like I am in this window, I'm slowly just moving side to side just in case somewhere on the map there's someone with a gun trying to get aim on me. I'm just moving side to side so only some of their shots will hit and I can then go get cover. So what you want to do is just aim down sights. You always want to be moving, and it will help you a lot in your 50-50 gunfights, and it will mean that you will win more than you lose, even if you're not the best at COD and you don't have the best aim. It doesn't matter, because even you don't have the best aim, you moving side to side, your aim will probably be better than theirs. So that I just used the strafing in that situation there. Also, if you want to aim and be more accurate with your aim, which is what a lot of my friends ask me, because I have a 26% accuracy on this game, is they always ask me how do you get a better aim, and I think a lot of it is to do with generally you use the right analog to aim, but if you use the left stick with Stalker aim, moving side to side, it's a lot easier for you to get on target with the enemy, and because you're moving at the same time, obviously they aren't going to hit you anymore, so it's actually helping your aim and hindering theirs. So as you saw there, I just picked up the KEM, and there were only 4 of them, so the gameplay sort of slowed down a bit, but I'm on 30 for 1, so I was happy with how I was doing, especially considering it was the first game with this marksman rifle. And then the third way is getting yourself in a position where you can see pretty much their whole body, or more of their body than what they can see of you. So what I do is when you play the maps a lot, you know high traffic areas, so where a lot of people will be running. So whenever I go there, if it's round a corner, I can aim, stalk around the corner, keep aiming to some cover, sit there for not very long, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If no one's there, generally it's going to be safe for you to move down, and you can move down there towards their spawn and pick up a lot more kills. So I hope those 3 tips help you out, and that's my final kill of the game. We won this game fairly comfortably, like 70. We're on 75 for 23. It was a very, very easy game for us. They weren't the best players, but that's the end of the gameplay and the end of the commentary. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and comment if you have any tips for me. And if you want to see more Minecraft, FIFA and Call of Duty, please hit that subscribe button. And thank you and goodbye.